Hello again, guys. Hope we're all well. Excuse the wind, but I'm back in Kent today, and I'm down at Dover. Dover Port is just behind me. Dover Castle is over that way, and I'm walking a section of the Saxon Shore Way and doing this little 5.5 mile walk out of one of my new walking books, 50 Walks in Kent. I've got the OS map as well to go with it, which is 138, and I'm joined by one of my subscribers by the name of Will Bourne. So I picked him up from Dartford on the way here, and we've come down here. In true Tom Outdoors fashion, we've parked in a car park that's free overnight, but it's quite popular with dogging apparently. So yeah, we've had a few malfunctions already. The selfie stick, of course, is buggered, so we've gaffer taped it up, with cable tied it up, done a bit of a Heath Robinson on it. It's working, which is good. And Will is just over here. He's just sorting out his flies, because his zip broke on his trousers, so we've been sorting that out. And yeah, it should be good. He's an absolute laugh. I haven't stopped laughing since I picked him up, so it should be an absolute giggle, this one. We're going to wild camp somewhere on the White Cliffs of Dover, sort of further down the coast. We'll be seeing South Shoreland Lighthouse. We're at sort of the National Trust Visitor Centre for the White Cliffs at the moment. So yeah, anyways, right, enough talking and let's get walking. So yeah, here's Will Bourne. He's an absolute nutter, and he's got some shorts on now to cover over the broken flies. So yeah, kit we're taking. I've got my Osprey Talon 33 litre rucksack. I've got my Jack Wolfskin Gossamer one-man tent in there. Oh, the wind's picking up. And Will has got it's a Carrymore, what is it? A Carrymore
Leopard 65 plus 5.
Carrymore Leopard 65 plus 5. You've got your Jack Wolfskin Gossamer tent as well. They are very good. You've got a tarp as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a DD lightweight tarp, the day shelter.
Very nice.
And a Lux Tyvek ground sheet with lightweight pegs.
Decent.
Yeah, and a old school Joe Brown Snowden Moulding spiffy bag.
Banging. This is brilliant, honestly. So yeah, that's our kit. We've got a lot of water. You've got a lot of alcohol as well.
Lots of booze.
He's got loads of booze. Yeah. Brilliant. So yeah, we should have a giggle on the cliffs tonight. Hopefully the car's going to be all right. So yeah, as I say, popular with dogging. We'll soon see. Right. Anyways, yeah, we're going to get a move on. Anyway, it's about 2:30 now. So yeah, we'll chat to you in a bit. Right. So we've got to the White Cliffs of Dover Visitor Centre, owned by the National Trust. £3.50 to park your car. Nah, it's not too bad. But so we've parked in the dogging car park, so we leave it overnight. Then you've got the view out across the old English Channel there. I can't see David Walliams. He must be having a day off swimming. Yeah, I'm going to go in there because we both need a piss. Chat to you in a bit. There's an information board. There's a wreck, a shipwreck, which I think Will's got some information on. There's South Foreland Lighthouse, a tea room, which is that there. There's sort of like some old war tunnels and stuff. Maritime Coast Guard agencies there. Langdon Hull, which I believe there's like a load of underground tunnels and what's it, World War II stuff there, because a guy on YouTube, IKS Exploration, you might have heard of him. He does a lot of Kent exploring of like World War II stuff and that. And I think he went there, Langdon Hull. There's the Port of Dover. So I think we're part somewhere around here. This is centres here, sorry. So yeah, we're sort of, that's where we met the National Trust guy that told us about the dogging. And then yeah, car park's there, so we're about there, I reckon. Yeah, so right, I think we're heading off that way somewhere over there. Right, we're in front of the National Trust Visitor Centre here. Very plush looking. The wind's picking up big time, and it looks like it's going to rain as well. We're doomed! Right, I think we're heading down these steps here, and that's the Saxon Shore way, turning left. I don't know if you can hear me, I could be saying any old bollocks. We are going to get absolutely fucking battered in this weather. Right. Hold on to your bollocks, lads. Right. You alright? Yeah? Right, let's, Will's got the map. Oh. Here we go. Let the adventure begin. Wait for these views. Absolutely brilliant. Look at this. Banging. Tom Outdoors goes coastal! Yes! Oh. weather's really closed in on us. It's chucking it down and the winds are really, really strong. Apparently Will said it's like 60 mile an hour winds or something, but it's fucking... This is mental. So yeah, we've stuck all the waterproofs on. Yeah, still we're heading along the cliff edge, so we're a bit mental. Sorry I'm having a shout. I don't know how much of this you can hear, apologies. Oh, the wind's briefly stopped. Still, it beats being at work. Okay, the rain has stopped briefly, the wind has died down a little bit and the sun's come out. It's lovely. There's quite a few tourists out today, a lot of Chinese, they love coming here. And yeah, so everyone's out and about taking photos, doing what we're doing. Maybe not on quite the same sort of level really, you know, not as sad as us. But yeah, it's pretty cool here. Major tourist attraction. And we're at Langdon Hull at the moment. So yeah, if you watch IKS Exploration, I'm going to give him a shout out. He doesn't watch my videos, but I like his stuff. I know he sort of got down like to the cliffs, and I think he actually found a tunnel inside the cliffs or something. You have to watch his videos to see what I'm on about, but yeah, he does a lot of exploring around here and stuff, and you know, some proper dangerous, like dodgy sort of underground like bunkers and stuff. And yeah, there's so much history here at Kent. You know, it's like kind of the first access point into the country, I guess. So you know, it's ripe for invasion and stuff. So the coastal defences and castles and stuff here, it's unprecedented. It's probably more than any other county in the country, I think. We've come across these I think semi-wild ponies or horses here, just along the cliffs really. Look pretty chilled out, eating the grass. Yeah, they've got no problems with this. It's a bit Graffiti of the Week award goes to this one here in Dover, Kent. Maria loves chocolate. Okay, with the light is fading a bit, the sun's going down, but this is Fan Bay Deep Shelter. It says authorised personnel only, it's owned by the National Trust. Lock on the gate. One of us, we won't say who, climbed over, and yeah, there's a steel door there, so you can't get in it unfortunately, but I believe, I don't know if it's World War II. So below us is Fan Bay Deep Shelter. It's a Second World War underground tunnel complex hidden within the White Cliffs of Dover. Constructed in 1940 to 41, it was designed to provide accommodation and protection for soldiers stationed at the now demolished gun battery above. The rain has absolutely just started hammering it down. The shelter is a series of interconnecting tunnels carved out of the chalk 23 metres below the surface. Most of the tunnels were lined with bunk beds for the soldiers to use, but there was also a hospital and storage rooms. It's a reconstruction drawing there. And there's a plan and that. And then, during the 1970s, a programme to clear the cliffs of the remnants of war was carried out, and the gun battery and tunnel entrances were destroyed. The tunnels lay largely forgotten but preserved until the National Trust purchased the land in 2012 and began work to restore and open them to visitors. So that is a picture inside. That looks like a big plan of it and stuff. Plans of the underground tunnels, that is it there, so it's pretty substantial. I don't want to go into too much detail about it. I think this is where IKS Exploration probably went. Fan Bay batteries, one of a small number of coastal artillery batteries built during the Second World War. The battery had three 6-inch guns which had a range of 14 miles. These couldn't reach across the channel but were used in conjunction with other guns along the cliff top in an attempt to close the Strait of Dover to enemy shipping. That's pretty cool. History there. Oh. And we can actually see where the pot of gold is. It's only down there. Wow. Full rainbow. Look at that. Hang on, is that a double? That's not a double arch, is it? What's it called? Oh no, that's something else. What, will you see both points of it?
There's two though.
Oh yeah, there is. There's two rainbows. You might not be able to see on the camera, but we can. Wow.
South Foreland Lighthouse dominates the cliffs at Dover. It was built in 1843 to help ships navigate the treacherous Goodwin Sands that lie offshore. At one time, monks used to light fires in caves at the bottom of the cliffs to warn shipping, and in 1635 the first lighthouse was built. The lighthouse you see today earned its place in history on Christmas Eve 1898 when Marconi made the world's first radio transmission to a lightship in the Channel using his new wireless telegraphy.
Yeah, right, the weather's turned nasty again. Apparently there's a bunker in this wood here, just behind the camera. I'm on selfie mode, so it's just behind me in there. We're heading towards St Margaret's of Cliff, the village there, and then that's where we turn around and we walk back the way we come. So we're going to try and get that done before it gets dark, head back past the lighthouse, and we've spotted a couple of places where we might wild camp. So that's the update. Right, we're going to have a look at this this World War II bunker that's in the woods here. And there's there we go. There's this little sign here. Here's the Fortress Plotting Room. That's a photo of it. You can clearly see the entrance to the Fortress Plotting Room, which has been partly filled in and grilled for safety. The gun batteries to the east of Dover, including the South Foreland Battery, formed a fortress. The gun batteries west of Dover formed another fortress. The Fortress Plotting Room was built deep underground for protection, as it was the command centre for all the batteries in the fortress, and could also act as the reserve battery plotting room for the South Foreland Battery. That's pretty.
Fuck, you just want to be in there.
Okay, Will's got his torch on the scene here, and yeah, we're just looking through the grate of the this little what's it, the fortress planning building or something it was called. And yeah, you can see there's like a shaft that goes down underground there through there. That looks really cool. And yeah, we just said you can see why Ian from IKS Exploration enjoys this stuff. That looks so cool, but at the same time, how dangerous is that as well? That's really cool. That's brilliant.
It's amazing.
Anyways, right, let's crack on. We've come across another called the Deep Shelter, just literally up from the fortress planning thing, which is just there. And yeah, so this is the Deep Shelter where Will is now. The entrance was originally open like the nearby Fortress Plotting Room to allow quick access during attack. Today the entrance is locked for safety reasons. See the website for underground photos. There's a photo there. There are 125 steps down a steep slope that takes you to around 75 feet, 23 metres underground, where you would be safe from the larger shells and bombs. Brigadier Richards, who commanded 540 Coast Regiment, did not want his men running underground every time a bomb or shell landed, but civilians were free to use the deep shelters. There were less deep war shelters at each gun. Wow, that is really cool. So this South Foreland Valley way, I think obviously kind of goes past all of this sort of stuff. Now this is cool. Right, I'm going to try not to stack it on the chalk. I've gone over a couple of times now. And yeah, you can sort of see, you've got your torch to handy. For access, message, I think it's that Peter Hollier on Facebook.
That's it, no need to break in for access message.
So if they've yeah, so and he just obviously I think he must have broken in and then made a padlock or a lock or something on it.
Yeah, there's another lock on that end. Or,
yeah.
Lock here, look.
Yes, there's like a padlock on it and stuff. to get right, and then go on. You get some light on it for us.
Drop your GoPro down there.
Go on, if you just hear it in there. Yeah, look, you can sort of see the tunnel going underground. That's really cool. And the steps going down there. I swear, that's where IKS Exploration went, or somewhere similar to that.
Yeah, I think this
something
was the
like
one.
that.
Fan Bay. Yeah.
It might be. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Right.
It's amazing.
Hey, something else, isn't it?
So the
And there's so much underground there.
Names
When you see like the footage and stuff, there's just, it goes for a long way under there. There's a lot of stuff underground.
Wow.
That's cool. Okay, welcome back, guys. It's just gone 7 o'clock, and yeah, I've cracked out the head torch now. Blinded Will a bit with it, and we've come down sort of the cliff off of the footpath, off of like the England coast path, the Saxon Shore Way, and there was like another little secondary footpath going down like this little nookie thing, like a dip in sort of like the coastline, so it's out of the wind. And then what we've done is we found what looks like kind of like an old World War II shell hole or something, like almost like a foxhole, as it were. And yeah, out that way you can just see these lights very faint. They're all the ferries, so the seeding, the channel's out that way. The cliff edge is literally, I'm not going to go too close to it because these could be undercut, these cliffs. Fuck, it's pretty dodgy round here. Yeah, it's ground I'm sinking into it, but yeah, the cliff edge is literally there, probably about 5-6 metres away, so we're staying, I'd say, a good 10 metres or more back from it. We'll still have good views in the morning, and yeah, it's the flattest ground we can find really. It's out of the, sorry, it keeps auto-focusing. It's yeah, it's out of the wind a bit, which is better than it was anyway. So yeah, I think we're going to get set up, and yeah, we'll get back to you in a bit. As I say, we're both rocking the same shelters, so right, banging. Right, chat to you in a bit. Hello guys, welcome back. Don't know how much you can see or hear, but I'll just pick my stove up. Yeah, we've set up camp. We've been here a while now. Excuse the views. Yeah, so we've both got our Jack Wolfskin Gossamer one-man little tents. Yep, banging. And yeah, it's a bit tight in this little sort of like foxhole, so we've sort of, it's going to be a bit cosy tonight. Look, we could play footsie, and yeah, so bit cosy. And then Will's just sort of setting up his honey stove, which he's trying to light, in this little dip here as well. I've just sat on this bit and used my I figured I wanted a reliable stove with this one, so I've gone with me Highlander, oh fucking Blade Mark II fast boil, some long ass name, gas stove. It's really good on, like, if you've got half full gas bottles, you know, and you can't get that last little bit out, rather than chuck them away, you use a stove like this, and it literally uses every last available bit of gas, so it's really good for that. So I've got a couple of half empty gas bottles to use. I'm on a bit of a slope here. I mean, the pitching's not great, so there's like a dip and like a curvy bit, and so it's, yeah, on a bit of a slant, so Will's is actually hanging off an edge there. So we'll be fine, yeah, I've just knocked up this I can't remember what it's called actually. It's pasta and sauce, cheese and broccoli I think, or cheese and leek, one of the two. And then I've got a hot chocolate there as well, got some marshmallows for later, quite a few bits actually. I'll just quickly show you through that stuff. So for alcohol for tonight, Will was very kindly bought me this bottle of Rattler Cornish Cloudy Cider, original flavour, Healy cider. It's 6%. Want a bottle with bite, named after the feisty Cornish Rattler apple and blended with Healy's know-how, our Rattler cider has the crisp, fresh flavour you crave. That sounds really good. So yeah, I'm going to be giving that a go. And as if that weren't enough, we've got Double Bubble. My mate Jake from the gym, seen him on a few walks and camps. He bought me one of these because he wants me to review it because he really likes these. It's called Elk Warning. It's 4%, and this is apple cider with blackberries. Yeah, 4%. The king of the forest is lurking outside the brewery. Beware of the elk. Whatever that even means, but yeah. And it's got this pretty cool artwork on it. So, yeah, my mate Tommy, I know, you know, mate, you're into like your ales and like quite interesting cans and stuff like that. So, you know, if you was going to have a cider, I would think you'd probably like this one, mate. So, yeah, I'm going to be reviewing that as well. And then I picked these up in the petrol station, and I gave one to Will as soon as he got in the car, and I think he knew what kind of geezer he was getting with me. Can of Pussy, and that's a natural energy drink. So yeah, I've got some Pussy to have in my tent tonight as well. It's lychee and granadilla flavour. Yeah, contains 14.9% juice. Pussy juice. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, so I got some booze and then some pussy, which is a typical Saturday night out for some people, if you get lucky. And then to go with the pussy, I've got some Princess marshmallows. So Princess, pussy, and then hang on, we've got to find this because this cracked me up. Will has got some. Hang on, and the light's gonna fucking bounce off of it. We've got some, hang on, I can't get the light on it. Ah, there we go. Some Sugarland jelly babies. So we've got Pussy, Princess and Sugarland, and then this is my favourite one. Hang on. Fruit and Fun, whatever Fruit and Fun is. Hang on, let me have a look at, I've got to bring this into the light. Fruit and Fun. So we've got Fruit and Fun, Pussy, Princess and Sugarland. Mate, we're going to have a banging night tonight. Absolutely brilliant. What alcohol have you got, by the way?
I've got the classic Elvis juice.
Oh, so we've got Elvis juice, we've got Pussy juice. Fucking hell. Honestly, we've got some absolutely mental combinations, yeah.
6.5.
6.5 you got, hang on, it's focusing like a fucker. There we go, Elvis juice, yeah.
Fruity IPA, Brewdog. This is a really nice fall off the cliff juice, this is.
The cliff's only over there if you want to do that, yeah.
It's about 10 foot that way, if we're lucky. Yeah, so.
What else have you got, Boo? Because you said you got a lot of alcohol, didn't you?
Oh, I've got,
it's got a hip flask of whiskey, haven't you?
Yeah, that's got Jameson's, even though it's a nice Talisker hip flask.
Jameson's, yeah.
That's it, yeah, I left the other one in the flipping car, didn't I?
Oh, of course you did, yeah.
Yeah, I should have brought that.
Well, at least we can have Jameson's and Pussy, so yeah, there we go.
Cold beans.
And cold beans. Brilliant, there you go. Pussy. Yeah. Right, get back to you in a bit. Right, Will's had a bit of a nightmare with his honey stove. Can't get it to light, and he refuses to use my gas stove because apparently that's not what men do. So, like, fair play. So he's eating this, is it an MRE?
Yeah, potato and beans and tomato sauce.
Potato and beans and tomato sauce, cold.
With bits of grass.
Bits of grass in it. Mate, that's flavouring, that's like seasoning.
Tasty.
Herbs.
Not bad.
I don't want any, I'm fine.
Tom?
No, I'm good. I've had my grub, I've got my hot chocolate in there, which I'm going to chuck some marshmallows in, I think. What you got?
The second time out tomorrow, in basil sauce.
Nice.
Tasty.
Tasty, that's brilliant.
That's what we come up with.
And what this man does is drink cider. So my first cider is Elk Warning from Jake. Cheers, mate. I'm going to crack this open. Hopefully you can hear this because the wind is absolutely mental. And like we've rain showers come and go here, so it's actually blowing under the tent and like sort of lifting the floor up. Right. If you're mad enough to watch this far and not get bored, or like click over to someone else, then cheers, thank you. So let's give this one a go. Cheers, Jake. Oh, hello. Hey, that's not bad. It's not actually too fizzy, and it's not too sweet and sickly either. Hang on, I'll have another go. Ah, it's not half bad, that. I can't think what it reminds me of. It just reminds me of Ribena and cider mixed together. One more and I'll give you a rating out of 10. Oh, I don't know if I could have a lot of them. It might get a bit boring, but I would give that. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Well done, Jake. That's pretty good, mate. Cheers. So that's an elk warning. Don't know how much of that you can see. Hang on. Elk warning. So it's apple cider and blackberries. Yeah. Cheers.
It's the coastal I don't come with. Fucking
Okay, right. So I've got my elk warning, and Will has got.
I've got me grapefruit infused IPA Elvis juice.
Go on, crack that open, mate.
Ooh.
I think we've earned these.
Ooh, nice. Look at that. Oh, that's nice.
I'll try not to blind him with the light.
As I say, I think we've earned this today.
We have.
Yeah, this is very nice. This is 6.5. Break out the rhinestone suit, gas up the Cadillac, and take this fruit farm for a test drive down Sunset Strip. So yeah, this is a nice beer. It's almost my favourite, but on a blowy night on the cliffs, this will do just nicely. One of my other favourites in this line is there's the Punk IPA.
I've heard of that.
Not quite so.
There's one called Dead Pony Club as well in there.
Pony Club, yeah, that's not so good. That's a bit average.
Yeah.
Punk IPA is going up the scale a bit. That's about, I think, probably 5.2. But very fruity, nice hop finish. This Elvis juice, they've also used some sort of weird grapefruit flavouring in it, but yeah, very tasty. So
Decent, right?
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Tom. Yeah.
To a great adventure in Dover.
A great adventure in Dover. Happy
Cheers,
days.
guys.
Yeah. Cheers, Dover.
Yes.
Happy days.
Right, I'm on to my second alcoholic beverage of the night. Rattler Original, 6%. Healy cider. So it's a Cornish cloudy cider from Will. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Cheers, Tom.
He's trying to get his phone to work. Our phones are turning French because we're in Dover, and France is just across the water, I suppose, not that far away. I've got like roaming coming up, and it's like Orange France. I'm with Vodafone as well, and he's trying to text his girlfriend, and it's coming up with French predictive text. He's wild camping on a cliff with his new friend in the
Poisson rain.
In the Poisson rain. Poisson. Anyway.
Le baguette.
Le baguette. Anyways, right. This is definitely cider, not Cedra. However, oh fucking hell. Moving on. Right, anyway, let's give this a try. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah. Spill it.
Oh, that's lovely.
Nice.
I like that.
Is that classic?
Classic. Banging.
Crack that one open.
Oh, let's have another go. Hang on. Oh. It's a little bit like an Aspel, I think.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I could be just like pulling that out of my arse, but
That's worrying. Sorry.
Talking of rattlers, actually, so there was these two snakes just wriggling on the ground, and one of them turns to the other and goes, "Mate, are we poisonous?" And the other one goes, "Yeah, why?" He goes, "I've just bitten me tongue by accident." Anyway, poor. That's poor. Just anyway, yeah.
Shall I mark your joke?
Moving on, Tom. Fuck off back to Essex with your shit jokes. Anyway.
Yeah, get out, Ken.
Get out, Kent.
Yeah,
Get out of my county.
Get out of my county. You're welcome here.
This will definitely make the edit. Right. Yeah. It reminds me of an Aspel a bit. Or a Summersby cider, actually. Yeah, it reminds me of that. I'll have one more swig. Hang on. Oh. It's a little bit fizzier than the elk warning. Completely different flavour, of course, because it's just an original flavoured cider. Yeah, I'd have to give that. I reckon he gets an 8.5 as well. Don't know what he's up to. Noises. Anyway, 8.5. Cheers. So this is like being a hardcore wino, we said. Like literally we're just on the edge of a cliff in Dover in the pissing rain and wind, just like getting hammered. So
Cheers,
yeah,
Tom.
Will's got his Jameson's whiskey.
I've got Jameson's in a nice Talisker flask.
So we've got Jameson's, Rattler and Pussy later. So cheers mate. Thank you.
Cheers. Nice.
It's a memorable one, this. Oh. Honestly, we're not making this up. This is fucking shits and giggles. If you don't like the language, just go elsewhere. You know, go and watch something boring. Anyway, that's it. Just throwing that out there. Right.
Yeah, this is one for the WI.
WI, yeah.
Cheers, WI.
Right, moving on. Alright guys, it's actually about 12:30 at night, and yeah, me and Will have been chatting and having a right laugh and stuff, putting the world to rights and whatnot, as you do. It's been really good. Out in the distance I switched the headlight off, which I've been blinding Will with a lot. You can't see it on camera, but we can see all the ferries waiting to come into Dover. We can even actually see France in the distance. So yeah, there you go, that's the France. Yeah, we can see the lights of probably Calais and all that sort of stuff over in the distance. And yeah, I thought it's time to crack out my can of pussy. It's never too late for an energy drink. I probably won't sleep, but apparently the worst of the weather is meant to turn up about 2 or 3 in the morning anyway, so it's probably going to wake us up. So yeah, let's have some pussy. This stuff is absolutely brilliant. I've had a can of this before. So I've had me Rattler, I've had me elk warning, and yeah, 2 very nice ciders, some good food. Yeah, once again, cheers. Ah, stuff's lovely. So it's yeah, lychee and granadilla flavoured energy drink. Yeah, it's absolutely decent. Sorry, the glare of the light, you're not going to be able to see too much, but yeah, it's good stuff. We're probably going to do a hot drink and probably hit the hay soon, because we want to be up early. I want to try and catch the sunrise, which is, I think, somewhere going to be over there. That's east, that way. I know that anyway. So yeah. What noise are you making? This guy's an absolute fucking nutter. Yeah, but no, we've had a proper giggle and stuff, and it's actually stopped raining and it's stopped being windy for now anyway, and yeah, we've actually had some decent weather. It's a bit damp now, yeah, we're quite moist.
Piss wet through.
Anyways, right, we'll get back to you in a bit. Have some pussy. Alright guys, well we're in our Jack Wolfskin Gossamer one-man tents now, and it's about 2 in the morning. I think we've stayed up, we've had a few more drinks, bit more to eat, and yeah, it's definitely time to hit the hay now. And we thought we had some like a dodgy pitch and sort of like really uneven ground, but sort of where the ground sort of dips down and stuff, where we sort of set it up, like your body just naturally sort of fits into the curve, so it's actually really comfy. So, well, fingers crossed anyway. I think I should have quite a decent night's sleep actually. Apparently the worst of the weather is meant to be between about now and 3 or 4 in the morning. It may have passed already, we're not sure, but should be okay. So yeah, say good night, Will.
Night, Will.
And yeah, so it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
Well done.
Hey.
See you in the morning, guys.
Right, mate.
Once again, I think I've picked another brilliant spot for wild camping. It's got to be up there, this one, White Cliffs of Dover. France, we can actually see the France mainland in the distance. If I zoom in, you might just be able to make it out on the camera there between these two boats. Yet while this distinctive landmark is known all over the world and is seen as a symbol of England, few people realise that it is also an important wildlife habitat. The word about the chalk downland. The cliffs, made of chalk, are topped with a thin, porous soil that has been grazed by animals for hundreds of years, creating what is known as chalk downland. Grazing stops coarse grasses and scrub invading the land and creates the ideal environment for hundreds of wildflowers to flourish. And while the early farmers didn't realise it, they were creating unique plant communities. It says for us to look out for plants like horseshoe vetch, early spider orchid and yellow rattle that gets its name from the seed pods that rattle in the wind. And with wildflowers, of course, come butterflies, particularly those wonderful blue ones that you so rarely see these days. Look out for the silvery chalk hill blue and the gorgeous sapphire Adonis blue. They also mention grazing ponies, which we did see yesterday. Other wild creatures of the cliffs include adders. You're unlikely to see one, gladly. Slow worms, which is a form of a legless lizard. It's had a few too many. Hey! Oh, too early. Common lizards and birds such as fulmars, peregrine falcons and skylarks. No bluebirds though. Unfortunately, modern farming methods have led to a 98% decline in chalk downland, and with it, of course, a similar decline in the plants and animals it supports. In an attempt to halt this decline, the National Trust has introduced Exmoor ponies to eat the coarse grasses that would otherwise invade the land and so allow the wildflowers to grow. And what's this again?
This is, I think it's sea kale. Very edible, but it's a protected plant, I think.
Yeah, you can't eat that.
No, but it tastes like cabbage, but because it's like a wild edible, it's very nutritious, and you wouldn't have to eat very much of it. It'd fill you up a lot more than the sort of processed sort of stuff you'd buy off the shelf in the supermarket.
Ah. Okay, guys, it's about 9:30 now. And we're all packed up. Got my black bag full of me rubbish, taking that with me, of course. And yeah, Will's packed up. We're leaving this empty space here, so keep it nice and tidy round here. Yeah, you sort of see people leaving, you know, bits of rubbish around and stuff, and you just think it's not on really. You know, this is a national monument here, so. We'll probably pick up a couple of bits on the way, what we see and stuff, because there's bins back at the visitor centre where the car is. So yeah, it's definitely been a good camp, this one. Really good views, like an absolutely brilliant spot. And I don't know if you can see, but this little dip we was in, we didn't think we'd be able to fit both the tents in, and we sort of squeezed them in, and it was actually quite comfy. Like, it was actually pretty decent. And then sort of we had this little dip round here. I don't know what Will's doing behind the camera. He's the funniest bloke I've ever gone camping with. We was cooking in here. Honestly, this guy's fucking mental. It's lovely. Oh my god, I just got that on camera. Lovely. There was like bollocks and everything. Priceless. Anyways, right, so there's the sun and there's the moon. Right, moving on anyway. We'll see you back at the cars. time outdoors, we just have a look at the fan bay shelter, which is underground. The guy was sort of unlocking it all, but the first tour is until 11 AM and it's 20 past 10 now, so we'll probably be back at the cars by 11, so it's not really suitable. We'll come back here though. Anyway, the main reason I switched on the camera was to tell you that just as we was leaving, 2 more National Trust workers turned up, and we was like, how lucky were we to break camp and get moving before they turned up and caught us camping on their land. Fuck you, National Trust. Fuck you. Yes. Is this England? Is this So in front of us here is Dover Castle to the right, and to the left is the Roman lighthouse, the Pharos it's called. So I'll read you a little bit. Dover Castle dominates the town and your view from the cliffs. It was built by the Normans after the conquest in 1066 to control the native population. But the site, high above the sea, has an even more ancient history. There was an Iron Age hill fort here, and the Romans used the site to defend their part of the empire. Inside the castle you can see the remains of the Pharos, a beacon which helped to guide the Roman fleet into the harbour. So that's to the left of the screen. I think it's a church now, I'm not sure, but so I went there quite a few years ago and went in there, it's pretty cool. The secret underground World War II tunnels in the cliffs there and that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff there at Dover Castle.
It's a good day out there.
It is pretty cool. Like, I don't even think we got to see all of it. I know I did the castle and the Roman lighthouse and that was it. Didn't have time for the rest. Right guys, we're back at Dover Port and the National Trust Visitor Centre. The car is a little bit further down that way. We're going to use the toilets and the gift shop. It's time for the highlights. For me, it has just been one epic walk, this one, on Wild Camp. I've had an absolute brilliant time. The Wild Camp was pretty cool. The weather was a character in itself. I mean, you know, it was brutal, but it was really good fun, and it sort of, yeah, it made it a real challenge. And you know, you only know whether your gear works when you actually test stuff out like that in that kind of weather. And I feel like, yeah, this gear's half decent. It's pretty good. So yeah, it was really good fun. Just I haven't really got a highlight. I think that all the history was good, what we could see. But yeah, probably number one's got to be the Wild Camp. Number two, really just sort of, I think the first time I saw the cliffs, really, is so symbolic, I guess, really, of like England and all that jazz. But yeah, it's pretty good. And of course, meeting Will. he's a top bloke, honestly. We've had an absolutely cracking time together, and from the moment he got in the car, I was just like, I think we're gonna get along all right. Yes, mate, I'm filming for YouTube. That's it. Boon Edam. There you go. You're on YouTube. Wanker. Anyway, we just had an absolute giggle together. So it has been a pleasure, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, I loved every minute of it. It's been fantastic.
Any particular highlights, or just the whole lot?
You, Tom, you're just like, it's that beard.
It's the sexy beard.
It's like, I'm going to get you to sign me 10.
Weirdo, right, I've got to put that in this video. Yeah, no, it's been absolutely brilliant. They all think I'm filming them, I'm not, it's on selfie mode anyway.
Yeah, the weather was just mental. It's the gusts.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was thinking, he's going to blow over the cliff in a minute. It's just like, I was like, I've got to film that. It's like, you know, that's a video in itself.
It was, yeah, the weather was epic. Hopefully the footage has come out right. Apologies for all that, but you know, what can you do about it? That's Mother Nature for you. Anyways, right, toilets, gift shop, see you in a bit. Alright guys, I'm just dropping Will off now in Dartford, and I'm heading over through the tunnel back into Essex. So yeah, that's the end of this one. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been a banging sort of 24 hours, as it were, or something. It's been great fun. Always a pleasure, never a chore. It's been great fun, yeah.
It's been fun, lovely.
Definitely.
Happy days.
So yeah, thanks for watching this far. If you like what you see, subscribe if you haven't already. Get in the comments, like, dislike, the usual jazz. And yeah, you'll definitely see me again. And it's most likely you'll probably see Will again at some point. To say, maybe not. He's just like, oh, fuck you, mate. You're a nutter. But we'll see anyway. Yeah. But no. Cheers. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye bye.